Okay, seriously nerdy time here. Have you ever dreamt of a scrapbook layout? I mean, woke up with a very clear vision of where the photos were and how things were laid out. I do that a lot. Don't know if I'm the only one that does that. I don't think I am. But if you do have that experience, keep watching, and I'm going to show you what I did with a scrapbook layout that came to me in a dream. I'm C. Stevens with Tradefish Designs, and I'm here to help you get photos off your phone and help you document the everyday and not just the holidays. Keep watching and see what I did with a dream layout. Hey everybody. So I wanted to show you kind of what came to me in a dream. It came to me in a single page, but what it did was I had paper coming in with a photo, paper from the bottom with a photo, and the side. So basically coming from all directions. And this was kind of what I woke up with in my head. Now, I don't scrap in 12 by 12. I scrap in the scrap journal size, which is, as you know, if you've been following my channel, I scrap 6.75 inches wide by 10 inches tall. So I thought, well, how can I change this into what I would normally do in my scrap journal? So here's the 12 by 12 on my glassboard studio mat. Turned it into a double page layout. Okay, so what I did was, here we go, just kind of sort of recreating the layout. Okay, I took out the blue paper. This is what I ended up with, right? So you can see if you kind of overlay it a little bit, it's kind of got that same look. I've just spread it out over these two pages. I thought, great, let me build on that. Move that out of the way. Let me build on that. I know I'm going to want to add more photos. So I took some of my template, photo mat templates, and I added some more photos. Thought, okay, this is good. But let me build on that, right? Let me add more things. Okay, let me think about my title. My title will probably go along the top. I will do some journaling, thinking over here, but that could change. I want some embellishment clusters, right? So I'm probably going to have a cluster over here, a cluster down here, and then, I don't know, maybe something in here. This is just kind of an idea, right? I made these little templates to help me visualize my pages. So if I go on that, I go based on that. I thought, okay, this is going to be a great layout for our son's recent wedding. Our son, Will, married Charity last month, and I have some photos from my phone that I thought this would be the perfect layout to get about 7 photos in this case, and I'm going to use my perfect match paper from Creative Memories. So give me a moment and I will pull that stuff in. All right, here are my 2 base pages. I went with white as my base, and then I went and took 3 different patterns from the paper. And I thought, okay, rather than have just a boring white base, let me add this cool gray design. See that? And what I did is I cut it so there was like a 1/4 inch or less all the way around. Okay, let me go ahead and adhere that down. Use some of my repositionable tape. Okay. Okay, that's one page. And the second page. Okay. Now, if you recall from my original sketch, I had a color coming in from the top and a color coming in from the bottom. And I decided to just have that color run all the way through. And it'll make sense when you see my photos because of the wedding, there are some beautiful flowers in the photos. And I'm just going to kind of sort of center it. I'm not looking for perfection, right? It's about right. And then I'm going to mirror it on the other side. Okay. And then if you recall, I also had color coming in from the right side, and the right and the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more paper. Let's kind of sort of do it in the middle if I can. Try to match it up. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll see about getting it to match as best we can on the other side. What I'll do is I'll lay that this way. And line it up, and then voila, we have our base. Now, if we're going to do, let's do the left side first, right? And I have my photos. I actually have the wedding photos this time. Let's see, we have Will, group at the altar, and then Charity and her father, and then I took a picture of the beautiful wrist corsage I had. So I've got those in place. Let me go ahead and tack those down. Okay. And I did use repositionable, so I can go ahead and fix my angles. Okay, so there is the left side done. Now let's go ahead and recreate what I've done for the right side. And I've got those photos here as well. This one. This is a fun photo of the two of them right after the wedding. I'm going to shift that one over, I think, so I can add my journaling. And their friend officiated the wedding. So that's kind of the photo layout, but let me try to line them up a little bit. So the lines are kind of on the same plane, or close. Okay, there we go. All right, now that I've got the base page is done, and I've got the photos, now is the fun part, right? Now is when I get to do the embellishments. And I'm using the embellishments from the Perfect Match collection, and I'm combining them with some of my punches from Creative Memories. I have the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I use cool gray, and I put in some of the flowers or the leaves, and I'm going to put that here, tweaking the design a little bit. And then I have the little church kind of on dimensional adhesive. Now, the one thing is, they weren't married in a church. They were actually married in the Blue Ridge Mountains uh, with the scenery. I mean, it was stunning, stunning. It was absolutely beautiful. My son found the venue, and he did an amazing job. Okay, let me get some of the uh, adhesive ready to go. Okay, I put the adhesive on to try to save some time. Okay, and then we're just going to pop the church up, and boom, I've got something there in my lower left. Now I want to put something up here, and I took one of the tags in the Perfect Match embellishment collection. Here's one of the other tags. This one basically looked like this. It was all white on the bottom, and I thought, well, let me just use that angle. I'm going to kind of tuck that in there. Right, and take advantage of that space. And then there were some cute little doves. And I'm going to put those down. I'm going to put them in, but I want to try not to block all the photos. And then I have this from the embellishment pack as well. Cute phrase, wildly romantic. Let me go ahead. I think I want to pop that up on dimensionals as well. Second, I'll do that over here. And by the way, if you don't have Perfect Match, or you're not doing wedding photos, this layout, because you're getting 7 photos on it, you can really use it for anything. Just change the colors, change the embellishments. It's really just kind of the template that you're looking for. And I will go ahead and attach that. Don't want to put that in upside down. Let me put this here. Okay, I don't want to cut off the bridesmaids. And then on this side, I did another embellishment cluster. I used the cool gray. Again, I used the 1 3/4 inch punch from Creative Memories. Stuck down the foliage, and then I popped up the wedding rings. And then my plan is to tuck it right there. So let me go ahead and do that. Right. All right, and next, I want to put in my journaling, my tag for the journaling. I'm just going to stick that there. I haven't done the journaling yet, so I really want to sit down and put some thought into that. But this is where I think I'm going to put the journaling. And then I found a couple of ideas. I took one of the really cute, let me move this up, in fact. So glad I did not use permanent adhesive because I wanted to add another sentiment. I am using, to create this, I am using the rounded tab punch comes in with two sizes. This is a larger, and here it is. Here's the smaller, and here is the larger, right? And they're perfect to kind of tuck in. And I thought, I'm going to do that to the one of the photos, and I thought I will do that to the photo of the efficient. Okay, and again, thank goodness I used repositionable adhesive. Move that out of the way because I can kind of tuck that back in. Now I want to do the title here, and I decided that I'm going to use Our Wedding Day from the sticker collection in the Perfect Match. But I thought I want a foundation for them. So I decided to use the banner flag, also another new punch. And I went ahead and punched it out. Here's the main shape in the same navy designer paper. And I'm going to put that there. And I wanted a tag the same shape, but I wanted it to be longer. So I basically did it twice. I punched out in cool gray twice. I layered it, and then I'm going to put them right there. And you won't see the line in between because I'm going to cover it up, right, with the sticker. So let me go ahead and get those down. I'm going to do the gray first. And you don't necessarily need this. I just thought it added a little something fun, as well as pointing down to the photos. Directionally, it pointed you in the right direction. So I'm going to have them overlap a bit. And then I'm going to take, let's see if I can shift it. Well, you know what? It'll be, well, let me shift it a little bit. See, you get to see this video, me creating kind of warts and all. Shifting it over. It's one of the reasons we use repositionable adhesive, which will, after a number of hours, become permanent. But what I'll do is I'll put it, I'm going to put it right there so you can see the points on each of the pennants. And that, my friends, is the layout that I didn't know I was dreaming about, right? I took the elements, right, the photos coming in with the paper, the colored paper underneath. I just tweaked it, and I'm really happy with how it came out. And I hope you've enjoyed this process video. If you have any questions, or if you've dreamed about layouts, please let me know in the comments, and let me know if you've actually made the layouts you dreamt about. This will be probably the first of many I dream about. I have always kind of done that. Ideas come to me kind of at random times, and I try to jot them down. But here we go. This is it. I hope you've enjoyed it, everybody. Thanks, and keep it crafty.